Hello, everybody. We got some late night or early morning baseball in the pre 1961 Bats League. We got the Cleveland Indians taking on the New York Yankees in Yankee Stadium. Let's take a look at the starting lineup here for the Cleveland Indians. Leading off, playing second base, Nap Lajoie. Batting second, playing left field is Shoeless Joe Jackson. Batting third, playing first base, Hal Truxey. Batting fourth, playing third base, Al Rosen. Batting fifth, playing right field is Larry Doby. Batting sixth, playing shortstop is Lou Boudreau. Batting seventh, playing center field is Tris Speaker. Batting eighth and doing the catching is Jim Hagan. Batting ninth and doing the pitching is Stan Coveleeski. Let's take a look at the hometown New York Yankees starting lineup. Leading off, playing third base is Tony Lazario. Batting second, playing shortstop, Phil Rizzuto. Batting third, playing left field, Babe Ruth. Batting fourth, playing center field, Joe DiMaggio. Batting fifth, playing first base is Lou Gehrig. Batting sixth, playing right field is Roger Maris. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Bill Dickey. Batting eighth, playing second base is Joe Gordon. And doing the pitching and batting ninth for the New York Yankees is Bob Shockey. Let's get down to Yankee Stadium and get this party started. As Beatles joins us here at the ballpark. And Lajoie leading off, batting 348 on the season. He's got a homer and 4 RBIs going up against Bob Shockey. This is Bob's second appearance of the season. He's 1-0, and he is yet to give up an earned run in 8 innings. Let's see what happens here at Yankee Stadium. The pitch to Lajoie, and that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Cleveland starts off with a single, runner down at first. Nobody out. These Indians, this is a battle for first place. They're only a half a game behind the Yankees. And Shoeless Joe's now up. Jackson's batting 462, a homer and 5 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be hit down the short. Let's see if the Hall of Famer, Phil Rizzuto, Beatles' favorite shortstop, can make a double play ball here. And now he's going to throw the ball over to first, get the batter out. That's going to be the only play he has. So now the Indians have runner in scoring position with 1 out for Hal Truxey. And Truskey's batting 320 on the year with 3 homers and 8 RBIs. Let's see if Beatles wants to join us here. We'll put the link into the chat here. And there you go if you want to join up. So Truskey now with the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. See if Mr. Lazario can let the runner back. He's a third baseman. And on a 44, that'll probably be fielding column 2. And yep, he looks the runner back and fires over to first. Come on now. And there's Beatles. There's Beatles in the house.
Hey, Dwayne.
Thanks for joining me, buddy.
Oh, happy to, man.
So ground ball down the third, and the runner will hold at second. And that brings up Al Rosen now. So 2 outs now, and the runner down at second. And Al's only batting $188 on the season, a homer and 1 RBI. Cleveland benched him the game before. See if that paid off. And that's going to be against a 20. That is going to be a ground ball down the short. Like I say, Beatles' favorite Hall of Famer, Phil Rizzuto, picks the ball up, throws over to Lou Gehrig, and that'll be out number 3. Indians strand 1. We go to the bottom of the first. Cleveland, nothing. The Yanks do up with Lazario, Rizzuto, and Ruth. You're not going to believe it, Beatles. I benched Mickey in this game.
Who do you got playing center?
I got DiMaggio playing center, Maris playing right, and Ruth playing left. Mick's only batting like a $143.
Damn.
Yeah, let me look. I'll show you. It's ridiculous. So I benched DiMaggio the game before. He's only batting a $150 something. But Mick, like I say, he's batting terrible too. So I benched DiMaggio one game, and I'm benching Mick this game. See if it helps. And it's against a right-handed pitcher, or otherwise I wouldn't bench him because Maris doesn't hit lefties worth of crap. Even in, I think this is 56th year. I guess it ain't going to let me see the bench since they're not at bat. That figures. That figures. Did this game just lock up on me? I think the game just locked up on me. Son of a bitch. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Sure did. There's no OK button. There's no cancel. There's no nothing. I'll be damned. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, man.
Yeah, I think the damn game just locked up on me. Because it should be right down here where the mouse is.
Yeah.
It should be an OK and a cancel.
Shit.
Yeah. All right. We'll close this out and reboot it, and hopefully it might not even let me do it that way. I might have to do a control delete and do task manager.
Yikes.
Yeah. Well, the worst part is they only got a.
Does that do like Action PC Baseball where it will save where you are, like automatically?
Sometimes it does.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to do task manager.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still not coming up even that way. I don't see the OK button. Should be a damn OK button there.
Holy moly. That's a hard crash. Can you if you
now
get down
the mouse is froze.
Oh, there it's moving.
Yeah.
Can you there you go.
Yeah.
That was a hard crash there.
Yeah. Hopefully it takes us back.
Yeah. So who's the team to beat in bats, do you think, for you? I know for Ken it was Giants, Yankees.
It's going to be Giants.
You think it's going to be Giants and Yankees for you too?
Yeah, I mean, in the American League, it's going to be the Yankees, but overall, the Giants, period.
Yeah, that's tough for you to say. You're not a big Giants fan.
Yeah. They got a better pitching staff than the Yankees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know they won that. They won Ken's, but you know.
Yeah. Like I say, I expect the Yankees to win the American League.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if I had to pick who's going to win it all, I'd say it's the Giants because of their pitching staff.
Oh my God, they got Mathewson and Hubble, and their pitching staff's crazy.
So Al Rosen, what did he do?
There's a guy that should be. It's not a Hall of Famer that I think deserves it.
What did Al do here? I can't remember what he did. I think he flew out to DiMaggio, I think, didn't he? No, he grounded out to Rizzuto. And then it was an 8, and he was at 20. I made it at 28. Grounded out to Rizzuto. He threw over the first, and then that's good. Now we're at the top, Danny. So then you forgot one play.
There we go.
Yeah, not bad. All right, now we got Tony up, batting 350 on the year. He's off to a hell of a start. Going up against Dan COVELEESKI, who's got 2 starts. He's 1-0 with a 3.86 ERA. So let's see if Tony can get on here for the big boys. Nope, that's going to be a pop up down the short, I believe. And there's a guy that ain't hitting. Lou, I think he's 0 for 17, Beatles.
Who, Gehrig?
No, Lou Boudreau.
Oh,
0
Boudreau.
for 17.
Wow.
Yep, 0 for 17. I benched him the last game. Hasn't gotten a hit yet this year.
Wow.
So that was pop up down the short. And that brings up Mr. Phil Rizzuto from the money store. Phil's only batting $1.48. Let's see if he can get on. No homers and 1 RBI. And that'll be a ground ball down the lodge away at second. That'll be out number 2.
His Yankee bat's got to get hot, man.
Yeah. The one that was smoking hot was Ruth. He's batting 320 with 5 home runs and 11 RBIs. He was smoking hot.
How's the Iron Horse doing?
Lou's hot too.
Is he good?
Yeah. He was batting behind Mick. I started intentionally walking Babe to pitch to Mick. Yeah. And that's why I got Mick hitting behind him, especially against left-handed pitching. I figured they wouldn't want to walk Babe to pitch to a right-handed Mick.
Right.
And there we go. Ruth blast that ball down the first base line. And that'll be a double. So Babe's down at second with 1 out. 2 outs, rather. And that'll bring up Joe DiMaggio. Like I say, he ain't hitting worth a crap. And DiMaggio's batting 227 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. They'll fire over to first, and that'll end the inning. And again, the Yankees strand 1. Sound familiar? You go to the top of the second, it's still 2. Top of the second, it's nothing. We got Larry up, Lou, and Trish Speaker. And Larry is batting 222 on the year, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That's Shawkey's first strikeout of the game. Doby goes to the dugout. And here comes Lou Boudreau. Like I said, he is 0 for 17, folks. No homers, obviously, and no RBIs. Here's the pitch to Lou. And he's going to be 0 for 18 because that's hit back to Shawkey in the mound. He fires over to Gehrig. 2 up and 2 down. Now we got Trish Speaker. And Speaker is batting 263 on the year. He's got a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Indians get a runner aboard here with 1 out. Jim Hagan up the bat. Jim's batting 250 on the year. He's got no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Jim. 2-0 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball down to Rizzuto. He flips it over to second, goes to short way. And that'll be the ending. We go to the bottom of the second. We got Gehrig, Maris, and Dickey do up here for the Yankees. Lou's batting 423. He's got 4 homers. Yeah, and 6 RBIs. Lou's hot. And that's going to be a base on balls. They don't want nothing to do with sweet Lou. And that'll bring up Roger Maris.
Back in the day, pitchers said they feared pitching to Gehrig more than they feared pitching to Ruth.
Yeah, because I don't think his swing had a hole in it compared to Ruth. You know?
No. Yeah.
He's swinging for the fences sometimes. You could get something by him.
And Gehrig could raise hell on the base paths, too.
Yes. Maris has dropped his average to 167. No homers and no RBIs. Can Roger deliver this? And nope, that's going to be a pop-up. We're at Let's see here. Add this up real quick. 2, 11, 13, 16, 21, 24, 34, 37. So it'll be fielding column 1. That'll end up being a foul ball behind home plate. Jim takes the mask off, makes the catch for out number 1. And that brings up Mr. Dickey. Bill Dickey's batting .250. No homers and no RBI. And that's not what the Yankees wanted. That ball's hit down the Elijah way. That's a tailor-made 4-6-3 double play. That ends the inning. To the top of the 3rd we go.
So, Dwayne, here's a question for you. It might seem really obvious, but so, I mean, you're a long time, cards and dice player and stuff. Do you ever miss now with, this game companion scoring by hand anymore? Do you ever miss that?
No, because the scoring by hand leads to me have to add it up,
right,
either with Excel or by a calculator. And back when I was 14, 15 years old, I thought that was cool.
Right.
Punching the numbers in and hitting that equals button and seeing that he's batting 400.
Mm-hmm.
And that was his 22nd home run. But now that's like an hour or 2 or whatever it is. And I'm thinking I could have played 2 damn games doing this.
Yeah. Have you gotten Ken converted over to something like this yet?
I think he uses ball stat.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah, because that's what he's sending me on those
messages.
Pictures. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he uses ball stat. He doesn't use digital diamond. Now Clinton Parks uses digital diamond.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks.
And this is one thing I like about this, and that's that record there. Cleveland's 4-2. Their batting average is .276.
Oh yeah.
Base percentage of .345, slugging of .555, and OPS of .900.
It's a great game. This is a great game. Yeah.
And they got rid of those. I'm not knocking it, but those charts, they were worthless to me.
Yeah.
The Yankees 5-2, batting .249. OP on base percentage of .329, OPS of .797, and a slugging of .468. So you can see Cleveland's been getting it done with the bats. Stands up for the 2nd time this year. He's 0 for 1 in the year. See what COVELEESKI can do here. And that's going to be a fly ball out the roof. He makes the catch in left field for out number 1. And another thing I did too in this, Beatles, I gave every outfielder the ability to play in the outfield position.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Because when I imported them, whatever season, like Mick only played center field.
Right.
And for real, DiMaggio would refuse to play right field. For real, he wouldn't play it. I'm talking in real life. If they made a team up like this, he would refuse to play right field. I guarantee you. So I put Mick in right.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean that's why Mick didn't play center field his rookie years, because Joe DiMaggio was the center fielder.
Right.
Yeah, they tried Joe DiMaggio at first base, and he refused to play that game.
Jeez.
They was going to play him there. Yeah. Main reason he didn't want to play first base, he was scared of embarrassing himself. I don't know about not wanting to play right field, about embarrassing himself, or just didn't want to admit that that rookie kid could play a better center field than him at the time.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Knapp, he doubled his first time, singled his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball again out the roof. So 2 fly balls to left, 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. And here is Shoeless Joe. And he is 0 for 1, grounded out to short his first time up. And that's going to be, I believe, a base hit. No, that's a nice play down at short by Phil Rizzuto. Picks it, fires over to first, and just gets Shoeless Joe for out number 3. To the bottom of the 3rd we go, still scoreless. We got Gordon, Shawkey, and then back to the top of the order in Rosario. Joe Gordon's batting .250, no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Rosen fires over to first. And that'll be out number 1. Let's see if Bob can help his own calls here. And Bob's batting 0 for 3 on the season. And he's going to be 0 for 4. That's a fly ball out to Shoeless Joe and left for out number 2. Back to the top of the order we go. And we can see the Cleveland's schedule. They got one more game here against the Yankees. Then they go on the road to Boston and back home to Kansas City. Tony is 0 for 1. He popped up the short. And that's going to be a fly ball out the speaker in center. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. To the top of the 4th we go. Still no score. We got Trusky, Rosen, and Dobie due up here. And Howe is 0 for 1, grounded out the 3rd. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Over to Gehrig. That'll be out number 1. 1 up and 1 down for Al Rosen. And Al is 0 for 1. He grounded out the third. Short his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. He's going to trot on down the first. Larry Dobie up now. And the go-ahead run down at first. And Dobie, he struck out his first time out against Bob. And not this time against the righty. That is going to be a ground ball down the short. And that's going to get the lead runner. But that's it. No double play there. 6-4 put out. Now Davies down at first. For Lou. Still looking for his first hit of the year, folks. 0 for 18. Here's the pitch. He grounded out to the mound the first time up. And against 20. And that's going to be a nice play out in left field by Babe Ruth. Robs Lou of his first base hit of the year. And that'll end the inning. Indians strand 1. To the bottom of the 4th we go. We got Rizzuto and then the big boys. Ruth and DiMaggio due up here. Phil is 0 for 1, grounded out the 2nd. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. Easy play for Al. Over to first. 1 down. Ruth got the only hit of the game for the Yankees. He doubled his first time up. Here's the pitch for Bambino. And that's going to be another double. This one down in the right field. Splits the gap. Ruth standing down at second again. Joe D's up. Can he drive him in and get the Yankees the lead here? Joe grounded out the 3rd his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Let's see if Lou holds him down there at second. Probably does. Nope, that's going to be a line drive down this short. So he's definitely staying put. Not a ground ball. So now there's 2 outs. It's up to Lou Gehrig to do some damage. And Lou walked his first time up. Can he drive in Ruth? Ruth with good speed down there. Second, a single with 2 outs. Definitely scoring. And that's not going to happen. That's going to be a ground ball down the 1st. And Trusky's going to toss it over to Stan covering. And again, the Yankees strand 1 in scoring position. It's still scoreless. As we go to the 5th. Here is Tris Speaker, followed by Hagen and COVELEESKI.
The Great Eagle.
What's that?
Tris Speaker, the Great Eagle.
Yeah, like I say, he's not doing as good as I thought. Only batting 263 because most of these Indians was hitting pretty good at first.
Oh yeah, they're a good hitting team.
Yep, and I showed us setting nothing because he squares this up against Bob Shawkey. How far is this ball going to go? That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone, folks. Home run, Tris Speaker. Gives the Indians a 1-0 lead. Just like that. And now we got nobody on. No outs for Jim Hagen. And Jim, he reached on a fielder's choice his first time up, and that's a base on balls. And all of a sudden, the wheel's starting to come off the card here. And Stan's going to try to bunt him over to second. He flew out the left his first time up. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a nice bunt down the third baseline. Any play Tony's got is over to first with Gordon covering. So that'll be 1 out. And an insurance runs now in scoring position. And we're back to the top of the order in Elijah way. Jim down there at second with decent speed. And Knapp is 1 for 2. He singled and flew out the left. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Maybe a pop-up, a better check. 42 on a 4 should be fielding column 1, and it is. So that's going to be a fly ball in the shallow left right field. Lou makes the catch for out number 2. And Shoeless Joe's up now. And Jackson is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to short both times up. That's going to be a ground ball down the third. Tony a fire across the diamond to first. That'll end the inning, but Speaker's homer gives the Indians a 1-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the 5th. We got Maris, Dickey, and Gordon due up here. Roger popped up to the catcher's first time up. And that's going to be a rare play, a 66 on a 40. And that is going to be hit in the left field. Jackson out there. 43 on a 2 should be fielding column 2. And it is. And that's going to be a single. And the batter's going to be out trying for second. Roger Maris tries to stretch it into a double. Gets thrown out at second. So now there's 1 out and nobody on for Mr. Bill Dickey. As Maris is a little too aggressive.
Yeah.
With these type of batters up. But Dickey did hit into a ground ball double play his last time up. And that's going to be hit down the short. And that probably would have been another double play ball over to first for out number 2. As Clinton Parks joins us here.
Hey, Clinton, good to see you, man. It's been a while.
And we got Joe Gordon. He's grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty 20. That's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Jackson makes a nice catch. And that's it. The Yankees go down. It's still 1-0 Cleveland. We go to the top of the 6th. We got Trusky due up, Hagan, and Stan up. And Howe is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. And that's going to be a base hit probably. Let's look against the righty, 20. Yeah, that's going to be a nice play down there by Phil Rizzuto. He goes deep in the hole, fires over to first, and Trusky is thrown out. Nice play. Robs him of a base hit. That brings up Al Rosen. He's 0 for 1, grounded out and walked. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Roger takes it on the bounce. And the Indians got a runner down at first now for Larry Doby.
That's a cool project, Clinton. Awesome.
Oh, nice. Yes, it is.
The professor staying true to his name.
And Larry Doby is 0 for 2. He struck out and reached on a fielder's choice. Yankees looking for that ground ball double play. And that's not going to get it. That's going to be a 19 and an 8. That's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Ruth makes the catch for 2 outs now. And here comes Lou Burdell. Still 0 for. Could he go 0 for 20? He is 0 for 2 today. Grounded out and flew out. And against the 27. And that is a fly ball in the left field. Babe Ruth on his horse robs him of another hit. Lou Bordeaux cannot buy a base hit, folks. Indians strand one. We go to the sixth. It's still 1-0. We got Shawkey due up, and then back to the top of the order. And Tony and Phil. Bob Shawkey's 0 for 1. He flew out the left. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second for out number 1. Back to the top of the orders. Can these guys get on base for the big boys? Tony is 0 for 2. He's popped up and flew out. And not this time. He squares this one up. How far is this ball going to go, folks? He says, we don't need the big boys. He drives that into the gap out in right field. That's a 1-out double. So Tony's in scoring position now. Phil Rizzuto's up. Can Phil drive him, man? Tony's got good speed out there. A single might scoring. And Phil is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to second and third. And not this time. They're getting old Stan now. Squares it up. And that ball is hit into the gap in left field. That'll score Tony. Just like that, the Yankees tie this ball game up. And here comes the big boys. Here comes Ruth. And here's the dilemma here. Ruth batting a nice 370. He's 2 for 2 today with 2 doubles. Joe's only hitting like 2 something. We're going to walk the babe. We'll pitch to the right-handed Joe DiMaggio. So they're going to intentionally walk Ruth. Sets up the double play. And Joe's going to have to prove he is the man. He is batting only 208. He's 0 for 2 today. He is grounded out the third and lined out the short. Can Joe make him pay? And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1. Yeah,
big strikeout there. Big one.
Joe, the walking Babe Ruth so far has paid off. Can Lou make him pay? He has walked and grounded out the first. And that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this ball going to travel, folks? Against a 14. And is that a 3? Yeah, that's only going to be a single in the left field. Phil will definitely score on that with 2 outs. Let's see if Ruth can get down the third. That'll be the question. Ruth's going to stop at second. Nice play out there by Shoeless Joe, cutting that ball off.
Oh, yeah.
The Yankees take the lead. That ball was driven. I thought for sure that was going to be at least a double. So we got first and second, but Lou drives in Rizzuto. And it's still first and second, 2 outs. But the Yankees got a 2-1 lead now. Roger Maris is up. He's 1 for 2. He singled his last time up, but got thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Roger. Can he deliver, folks? And that is going to be a walk the hard way in Apba by rolling it twice. So Roger Maris walks. Base is loaded now for Dickey. 1 swing and a bat. Bill Dickey can blow this game open for the Yanks. Dickey is 0 for 2 today. He's grounded out the second and the short. He's batting a cool 200. Can he do it here? And against a 19, that's going to end the inning. That's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Dobie's got it. Makes the catch. Yankees lead the bases loaded, but score 2 and take a 2-1 lead. Into the top of the second we go. Speaker, Hagen, and probably a pitch hitter here. And Trish, he homered his last time up. He is 1 for 1. He walked his other time. And they're going to get him this time. That's a ground ball down to Gordon. He tosses it over to Sweet Lou. That'll be out number 1. Jim Hagen up now. And Hagen, he's walked and reached on a fielder's choice. He's been on base both times. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Babe. Left field for out number 2. See if he's going to come in here and pitch hit for the Indians against Shawkey. we got 2 lefties on the bench if they want to use the lefties. Joe Sewell, I think that's who's coming off the bench here. See if Joe can come through and get on base. Bring the go-ahead run up. And Joe on the year, he is 0 for 1. And he delivered here. 2 outs, nobody on. And that's going to be against the righty. That is going to be a fly ball out to center field. Joe DiMaggio camps under it, makes the catch. That'll end the inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 2-1 New York. Got a bunch of righties due up. Gordon, Shawkey, and then where's Zuda? So he's going to come out. Harder. I guess that's who will come out. We'll check here. The bullpen should be in pretty good shape. Mel, when's the last time he pitched? It's been a couple days, so Mel will come out of the bullpen. Try to keep this a 1-run lead for the Yankees. They'll be facing the bottom part of the order, Gordon, Shawkey, and then he turns it over to Tony. And Joe is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flew out. And that's going to be against 17. And that is going to be a base hit. Out, grabs it, fires over to first. Flash. He beats that throw from third. So Gordon's down at first. And now the question is, do we pitch hit for Bob here? Try to blow this game open. And I think we will. I think the mighty Mick's going to come off the bench. Try to do something. Mick's been struggling. See if he can deliver here. Give the Yankees some insurance. Mick is batting under 200. He's batting a $148 on the year. 1 homer and 3 RBIs. Gordon down there at first. Does Gordon want to take off and steal? That'll be the question. Nobody out. I don't know. It'd be a what? -3 at 24. 24, that'll be a 46 or lower. We might wait until there's 2 outs if he's still down there. All right, here's the pitch to Mick. Can Mick finally deliver here, folks? Nope. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. Can they turn 2 is the question. Lou's a great fielding shortstop down there. 54. That should still be column number 1. And it is. And no, they'll get the lead runner down at second. But Mick, he's going to make it beat the throw down to first. So Mick's down at first now with 1 out. See if the Mick will take off, try to get in the scoring position. Can't remember when it's you can steal. Only with 2 outs and behind by 1 or tied in the 8th or not. So Mick can't steal because he's not tied or behind. So Tony's up now. He's 1 for 3. He's doubled, popped up to short, and flew out the center. Can Tony deliver here? And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Tony. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's not what the Yankees wanted. That ball's hit down the second. Taylor made double play 4-6-3. And that'll end the inning. We go to the top of the 8th. It's still 2-1 New York. Now he's going to come out of the bullpen here and pitch for the Yankees. We got the top of the order due up, a righty, a lefty, and a lefty. And Herb Peacock's going to come out of the bullpen. See if he can keep this lead here. Maybe we go with Page. Do we go with Page here? We're going to go with Page. I changed my mind. Joe Page is going to come out of the bullpen. See if Page can get his 3rd save of the year here. Joe. And this is Joe's third game of the year. He's got 2 saves on the year, has yet to give up a run. He'll be facing the top of this Cleveland order. Elijah, Jackson, and Trusky. And Knapp is 1 for 3. He singled, flew out, and popped it up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to DiMaggio in center. Joe makes the catch for out number 1. Here comes Jackson up now. He is 0 for 3. He's grounded out the short twice and the third. And that's going to be a ground ball this time to Gordon down the second. And now that was a quick 2 outs. Here comes Hal Trusky now. And Trusky is grounded out the short twice and the third also. And not this time. That ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this ball going to go, folks? That ball is out of here. Trusky has just tied this ball game up with 1 swing and a bat down that short 296 porch down there in right field.
You got a hell of a game going here.
Yes, it is. Now Al Rosen's up. He's 1 for 2. He's walked, singled his last time up, and grounded out the short. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Page settles down after the home run. But Trusky ties this game up. To the bottom of the 8th we go. We got Rizzuto, then Ruth and DiMaggio up after that. Phil doubled, drove in the run. His last time up, came around the score. Can he do it again here? And nope, that's going to be a ground ball down to Trusky. He takes it himself for out number 1. 1 swing and a bat from these big boys to give the Yankees a lead again. Ruth is 2 for 2. Go ahead, Beatles.
I was just going to say, Clinton says cardiac baseball in the mix. He's got that right.
Yeah, got that right. Old babe, like I say, it's been intentionally walked and hit 2 doubles. Gotten that batting average up to 370 with 5 homers and 11 RBIs. And that's going to be a deep fly ball out there in Death Valley near the monuments that ain't even been built yet. And that'll be out number 2. So Joe D's up now. 2 down, nobody on. He's struggling in the season and in this game. He's 0 for 3. He has grounded out the short line to shortstop. And he has struck out. Oh, I hear you, buddy. I like it. Joe D, can he deliver? Nope, that's a ground ball down the second. And that'll be out number 3. We go to the top of the 9th, still knotted up at 2 apiece. You got Doby, Burgell, and Speaker. I hate to see it. Watch old Lou get his first hit, be a big one, and win this game for Cleveland. Doby is 0 for 3. He has struck out, reached on a fielder's choice, and flew out the roof. And that's going to be a base on balls. So down the first Doby goes. And here we go. Lou's up with a runner down at first to go ahead run. Lou is definitely due. He is 0 for 3 today, 0 for 20 on the season. And that's going to be against the 18. That is going to be a fly ball. No, a ground ball back to the mound. See what he can do with this. 31 on a 1. That should be fielding column 2. Yep. And they're going to get the runner out at first. So Doby's going to get in the scoring position as Page throws over to first. Go ahead runs down at second with 1 out now for Speaker. And Speaker is homered in this game and walked. Grounded out the second his last time up. And he squares this one up. This game's not going to be tied for long, folks. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Chris Speaker with his second home run of the game. And
Wow.
just like that, it is 4-2 lead.
Oh,
Joe Tate, he gets the job done, folks. Jim Hagan's up now. He's 0 for 2. He has reached on a fielder's choice walk and flew out the left. And that's going to be against the 20.
old Tris is saying we dead ball guys can hit it too.
Exactly.
All-time leader in doubles.
Is he?
Yes, he is. All-time leader in doubles.
And now, are we going to have a pitch hitter here? Let's see what the bullpen looks like. You got some lefties coming up. They're going to have a pitch hitter. Moss will come in the game, try to close it out in the bottom of the ninth. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here. Keltner's going to come off the bench. See if he can add the list. 4-2 lead. There we go. And Keltner's 0 for 4 on the year. Can he deliver here? 2 outs, nobody on. Cleveland with a 4-2 lead thanks to the home run by Speaker. And that's going to be a fly ball out the roof. That'll end the inning. But the damage has been done. Yankees trail by 2. They need a base runner here, folks. You got Gehrig, Myers, and Dickey due up.
You got some artillery coming up here for the Yanks.
Yeah, let's see if they can get a base runner on there. That's the key. And Don Mossey's going to come in here and try to close this game out. This is Don's 3rd appearance of the year. I believe he's got 1 save and a win. Sorry, it's 4th appearance of the year. He's 1-0 with a save with a 1.8 ERA. Lou is 1 for 2 with an RBI single his last time up. And that ball is well hit. That ball is driven into right field. And he's going to run for a while, folks. He's a brown-eyed, handsome man. And what's he got there, Beatles?
A triple.
Lou Gehrig down at 3rd. They'll play back, obviously, for the out. And how big was that 2-run homer now? Can Roger tie this ball game up? He has singled and walked and popped up the catcher. Can Roger deliver here, folks? And that is going to be a fly ball out the right field. Larry's got one hell of an arm out there. Let's see here. 16 on a 32. Have to re-roll a dice here. And that'll be a 45 minus 38. 7-18. He's going to stay put. His run means nothing. So he's going to stay put down there at 3rd. No use getting thrown out. Like I say, Larry's got a freaking cannon out there. That brings up Dickey now. Can Mr. Bill Dickey deliver? He is 0 for 3, grounded out twice, flew out the right. And that's going to be a 38. That could be a pass ball here, folks. Pass ball with a PB 2 and 3 only. He's a PB 2. A pass ball scores the run here.
Oh,
it's
damn.
a 1-run ball game. 1 swing and a bat. And this ball game is tied, folks. Nobody on now. 1 out for Dickey on a 1-0 count.
Little gift by the tribe there.
Yes, it is. Like I say, with these bats, you got Gordon for a second baseman's got damn good power, too. Here's Bill Dickey. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Lou. He might not be hitting, but he can pick a mean shortstop. Fires over to first for out number 2. Yankees down to their last at bat. It's Joe Gordon. See if Gordo can come through. He is 1 for 3. He singled his last time up. Here's the pitch. And that'll do it. A ground ball down the first. Trusky fields it. And Cleveland takes the second game. They're taking the first 2 games in this series, folks. They're taking the lead in the American League.
Awesome game, man.
Yes, it was. Down to the wire. Take a look here at the box score. And the Indians, 4 runs on only 5 hits. Yankees out hit them, but couldn't outscore them. 3 runs on 8 hits. Tris Speaker, the man, 2 for 3 with 2 homers and 3 RBIs. Single-handedly, almost single-handedly, all but 1 run was driven in by old Trish. Cleveland 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position, left 5 men on base. The Yankees, you had Ruth going 2 for 3, Lou going 2 for 3. You had Gordon with a triple, Gary with a triple. And the Yankees left 5 men on base. Stan goes 6 innings, gets no decision, gives up 6 hits, 2 runs, walked 3, struck out 1. Harder comes in, pitches 2 innings, gets the win, 1 hit. And Don Mossy comes in, gets his second save, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run. Bob SHAWKEY pitched a hell of a game, gets a no decision, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, walked 3, struck out 1, gave up 1 homer. And Joe Page comes in and blows the save, gets the loss. 2 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, struck out 1, and gave up 2 home runs in the game. And we'll take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard here. Like I say, Cleveland takes over the lead in the American League, a half a game over the Yanks. Orioles and Senators are a game back. Tigers are a game and a half. Red Sox 2 games back. Chicago 2.5. And the A's are 3.5 games back. And in the National League, you got a 3-way battle for the National League. Pirates, Dodgers, and Braves.
That's right, baby.
Yeah, exactly. That's a hell of a good team, those Pirates.
Oh, yeah.
They're
not strong pitching, though. Not
right.
strong.
Their pitching don't match up as well, but they got a hell of a bats.
Oh, yeah.
And I love seeing them Giants tied for 4th. Half the game back with the Cardinals and the Cubbies. Then you got the Phils a game back and the Reds a game and a half back. Oh, Teddy Baseball is leading the American League and the Major Leagues with a .563 batting average. Ruth with his 5 home runs and 11 RBIs leading the American League. Old Trusky's coming up there now with 4 home runs after today. Over in the National League, old Paul Warner for your Pirates hitting .409.
There you go, man.
Hammer and Hank with 4 homers and 12 RBIs leading the National League.
Eddie Matthews doing pretty good there, isn't he?
Yeah, that Braves, like I say, they got a good team. Again, their pitching doesn't match up with the Giants and all, but it's a damn good team.
Yeah.
Damn good team.
Nice.
Of course, nobody with an ERA.
Not this early. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Jack with 2 wins. Don now with 2 saves, tied with Joe Page, who blew it. Same thing in the National League. Nobody with an ERA, but you got 3 pitchers in the National League with 2 wins. And Don McMahon's the only one with 2 saves. Roof still leading the MVP in the American League. And Jack's still leading I'll call it the best pitcher. I'm not going to name an award after a guy that's pitching. And Hank Aaron's leading in the MVP in the National. And Vance is leading in the National League for the best pitcher. Let's see what the next pitching matchup's going to be. Going to have Bob Fellers against Lefty Gomez.
Oh, man. That's going to be a hell of a. Are you going to broadcast that one like tomorrow or something?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a great matchup. You can't autoplay that.
Oh, I don't know how to play any games in this, Beatles. It's going to take me forever.
Nice.
But yeah, the main reason I'm not auto-playing any of them is I could do it, but I don't want to, and that is the manager settings in this. I don't want to become an expert at the manager settings in here.
Right.
I'd have to set every daily lineup and all that. It's just too much.
Yeah, I think
I'd rather enjoy playing the game.
Oh, absolutely. I think some leagues, like I'm doing a league offline. I occasionally show a game on there, but it's just one of those leagues, again, an all-time greats league where I want to play because I'm learning, so much about like the other franchises. It's just fun to just watch, and play them and whatever. So I don't care if it takes me 5 years. I'm having a blast with it.
Yeah, I'm in no rush, but I'm in a rush because I enjoy it so much.
Right, I get it. But you did like 5 games today, didn't you?
Yeah, I wanted to do 6.
You're a streaming. you're still the streaming demon of the community, man.
When I'm off, and man, I think to myself, let's get some. And like I say, this game was about 50 minutes with me and you bullshitting. So I'm back to getting these games done in 40-some minutes. When that crap was acting up, Beatles, it was taking me an hour and a half to play a game, and I remember not enjoying myself.
No,
and you're right about old Fred Clark Clinton with 6 RBIs on the year.
Yeah, Clinton, I know you don't autoplay things. I know that.
Yeah, like I say, and I didn't plan when I bought this. I planned on doing exactly what I was doing in the 61 and the 78, picking the Braves and the Yankees and playing them. And that way I still play everybody.
Right.
But after I decided, I'm thinking to myself, well, this deserves me to play everybody.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
And just like now, I'm benching people on different teams because they're not hitting well. I don't know how much I would have gotten involved in that. Like I said,
it's fun. It's fun too because
Al Rosen, Lou Burgell. I might bench Lou again.
Well, and you're also straying into right by getting into that. You're because like we'll just take the White Sox for instance. It's probably not a team that you would normally but now you're thinking about every club in this project, and it's cool to be able to because again, what a great I think that baseball gaming is a great way to kind of just augment your learning of the game. It really is when you've got good baseball sims like this that are damned accurate, and you use an app, and an Apba is awesome. Let's face it. So yeah,
I'm playing this. Like I say, I'm glad I played it. It was probably 15 or more years ago since I played the master game, Beatles, and you know how Mr. Castro can be. He kept telling me, you got to play the master game. You got to play the master game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I can't play the master game right now. I ain't bringing out them boards is every big as my table I got here.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll have to buy the whole new game because the footprint would just be too massive.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I used to play on the damn dining room table when I was living in home with mom and dad. That's how big those boards are.
Oh yeah.
And all. So I went and spent the money for the damn game. And I've said it before. I told Clinton and I told Ken I was planning on doing like a 7-game series. It wasn't going to be the Yankees and the Braves since I was going to play those two teams in 78. I was going to play like the Orioles against the Dodgers, something like that. Like
sure.
The World Series, just to get familiar with it. I played one game and I'm like, I think I got this shit. So I didn't want to get on YouTube and look like a fool and go, hold on, I'm like, hell, it came back pretty quick.
Yeah, I do remember them, Clinton. Absolutely. I'm loving like that this year. That's why I've got to get a physical copy of Stat Pro because you can print out your own cards now, man. Mark's awesome.
You can print out the boards and all too.
Oh, I didn't know you could get the boards too.
Not the game board, but you can get the runner on first, runner on second. That all's in there, Beatles.
I had no idea. I thought it was just the player
hold
cards.
on, I'll share it with you.
Oh, cool, man. Because I told you when I was an undergraduate, man. I played I played the
Yeah.
crap out of Status Pro Baseball. Love that game. Love that game.
Yeah, you just go into Steam on your C drive.
Right.
Then Steam apps. And common. Digital
Right.
Diamond 12 or 11, whichever one you got. Digital Diamond 12 or 11, whichever. And then you go underneath here where it says Status Pro Rules and Charts. See it there?
That is sweet. Yeah.
Yep. And there's your PDFs.
Clinton, you're right. And you know what? You're talking about version 8, but I always tell people in the community, if it wasn't for you pushing, man, we wouldn't have things like fielding ratings and stuff like that. Because I remember back then, and Mark was saying, well, fielding doesn't really, it doesn't affect the, it's like Clinton was like, we're both, but Clinton really went after it. And it really, anybody watching this later, if you, and a lot of people are playing Digital Diamond Baseball, it's Clinton Parks that you have to thank for a lot of the improvements in this game. And he had to fight hard for it. Yeah. And he had, oh, dude. So with the early versions of the game, you had like Roberto Clemente had like the same arm as everybody else in the outfield. And, you'd see infield, like all the infielders, like their ranges were the same. And so I just, I had kind of politely said, Mark, what's the deal here with defensive ratings? He said, well, it really doesn't impact the game. And I'm like, what? And I mentioned that to Clinton, and that was it, man. Clinton was off to the races. So it's really because of Clinton's perseverance that we have, a lot of amazing changes. And like Clinton says, man, the batting and pitching was good, but the fielding was like, just what's the point, right? Because you have so you have guys, that are in there, like Ozzie Smith, for instance, right? Let's take him. Not a great bat like Hannes Wagner or Archie Vaughan or whatever, right? But Ozzie was a great defensive shortstop. And yet, when there was just a problem seeing him rated the same as like, just some average shortstop, whatever. It's late. I can't think of good words here.
Like Rafael Ramirez.
I mean, fielding plays a huge part in the game.
Oh, heck yeah. What did Bernie say? A good fielding team, man, it'll help you win some ball games, remember?
Oh, yeah. Well, he's right. And I was one night I showed Tony La Russa Baseball 3, 6, and there's a thing on there where he taught, like Tony La Russa, he talks baseball. I didn't go through the whole thing. There's like hours of it. And he said, you've got to have a strong defense. He said, baseball's a defensive game. You got to stop those runs, and you've got to especially be a strong up the middle. So catcher, shortstop, second baseman, center field, So you got to be strong. I mean, you can hit home runs all day, man. But if you don't have any defense, look at the 1964 Phillies. Great bats, no defense, no pitching. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a scary lineup, but they could hit the ball a ton, but it doesn't matter. You could, you might score 5 runs, but if you don't have good defense, and because you can't just rely on pitching. If you don't have good defense, those 5 runs don't mean anything. I would do that for you, Clinton. Although I'm drinking Tullamore Dew, but I would definitely do that. But yeah, we do have Clinton Parks to thank for. He pushed, and actually for a while, it got heated. But
oh, really?
Yeah, he has a question.
Mark
for you.
Didn't take it too long.
Well, it was just like, Clinton was like, look, it's got to be done, whatever, da-da-da-da-da. Mark wasn't happy. But Mark came around and put it in. But he has a question for you in the chat, man.
I didn't pay no attention, Clinton. It takes a while because you got to put all that, with being the master game, you got to put him in. I went back and I put him in every position. So, like, Nap Lajaway, they got him on here, Carter, to play second, first, and short. So I put him in every position, not just that infield, because I'll do it on here as an exhibition. I hate it when darn fielders' names was overlapping each other.
Yeah. I still want him to put in just a nice ambient looping sample for a crowd, though. That's the one thing it's missing. If the game had that, I would, because it just gets a little distracting. It's so quiet, and then every once in a while you get that crowd sample. It's like just put it in there. You can find them all over the
Because
internet.
look how long that would have been for Tony. He has rated as a second baseman, a third baseman, a shortstop, and his arm. And now with this being in that position, all you see when he's at second, it's him being at second. Now watch, I can move him to third and move Red over the second.
Yeah.
And this is what I like. So I can move Tony over to third. And move Red over to second.
You're moving Red Rolf?
Yeah, just to show you. He doesn't play second, but just to show you.
Right, yeah, I was going to say he's a third baseman. I wasn't
Yep.
sure what you were doing. Yeah.
Yeah. And see, the only rating you see now is Tony for third. Now, Red doesn't have a rating for second. That's why you see his third and shortstop.
Okay.
Now, if I had a rating in there, all you would see is his second baseman rating. That's see, imagine if I didn't have it, how long Tony's would be, because he'd have a second baseman rating. He would be over here touching second base. So I love that about this game now. But it takes a while.
Clinton,
This league only has 25 players too, Clinton, so compared to the Bats 2 has 31 players. And then most teams nowadays have almost 40 or some players you got to put their damn ratings in.
Clinton, I agree with you. I've been saying that on a couple of my I'm not broadcasting as much anymore, but I would love to see them put in national pastime through one of the Apba clones out there, build that into this engine next. Oh my God, that would be heaven. Oh, by the way, just really quickly, I think I'm the only one that plays Pocket Pennant Run here, but the next update in that software is going to be amazing. It's called Game Day. So all the dice are on there, positions, everything. It's I can't wait. I'm like dying. It's like, hurry up, get this thing out. The player cards are right there on the field. The whole thing. It is so cool. It's going to be right on the screen.
I'll tell you another thing I like.
That's a great game, Pocket Pennant Run, man. People are selling it short, and they shouldn't. It's excellent. It's excellent.
I'll tell you another feature that nobody talks about and I love.
In this game?
And that's that little arrow right there. That is more or less the history of baseball.
Oh,
right there with that arrow. You click on that, and it brings up their baseball reference page.
Oh, yeah, that's brilliant.
That is awesome. I love that.
Dude, gentlemen, we are in the golden age of baseball sims. This is stuff that we dreamed of as kids. Wouldn't it be cool if now we've got it? Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's almost as in depth now as out of the park as far as career, just because of that one button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean these two. I mean, that's why I think it was a gutsy move for Mark to do this. But I mean, Out of the Park was right. I mean, Baseball Mogul was on Steam for a while, and then Clay just stopped, and it was like Mark doing that. And I think it's great because you have people that don't want to play Out of the Park baseball, but now there's another hardcore statistical baseball simulation that they can choose from. And this game's so versatile. I mean, it's really every baseball game out there rolled into one if you think about it, because it tracks everything.
The only thing that would be better is Out of the Park with the board game companion.
You're never going to see it.
Or this game to get to that graphics.
I don't think you're going to see either one of those.
Either one, right? Because he doesn't want this to be a graphic game, and he's not going to ever put board game companion there. But if he did, that would be so damn awesome.
Oh, and Out of the Park baseball, yeah. No, I think what you're going to see from them. I've been saying this. With AI packages now coming down and better trained models, Out of the Park baseball is going to be the one that's going to have an Ernie Harwell type announcer next. You wait, it's going to happen.
It might not take you too long then, Clinton, if all you do is change the numbers, but you still got to do every player that you have to change and go to that position and hit save. So it's still going to take a little while, but it's worth it. That in the end, to look up at the screen and see all the stats not happening, because the way Gil plays it, you've seen Gil set up, then you beat him. He uses the baseball card.
Who? Gilles Thibault?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he sees all the cards the way he lays it. I have mine in a stack. Well, you see how it is because I
Yeah.
put the darn
Yeah.
stuff there. I'm not flipping through the cards if I don't have to. All I gotta look up. You see how they are. They're all stacked up.
Right.
I'm not gonna. I don't have to flip through the cards now. See what his arm rating is. All I got to do is look up on the screen, and it's right there. It makes it nice.
Yeah.
But it takes some time.
I mean, if I was still a serious cards and dice player, I would be, like using this or ball set. Because it's back to that question I asked you earlier, and I think that so this game was flying under a lot of radar. But if you notice, a lot of people that are playing digital diamond baseball are cards and dice guys, and I think Mark was brilliant for doing that, for saying, okay, let's there's a whole untapped market out there where these guys don't want to play games like out of the park baseball or action PC baseball. He was able to tap into this huge market and bridge it so that people like me that play mostly digital, I can still play this game and have a blast with it. But so can a guy that plays strictly cards and dice can play this game. And his game, you could play Strat in this. Any baseball game you can imagine, you can play with this, and it's awesome. So Clint says
do you still use ball stat?
I've messed with ball stat. I'm not a big fan. That's why I'm glad
I never used
this. It's okay, but this is superior. And you get a great baseball game. Well, two great baseball games with this.
Right.
So yeah, and you're right, Clinton. He still has his own. And this engine, Dwayne and I, how many times have we said this, man? The engine in this game is good.
Oh, exactly.
It's really good.
I think I never brought it over to this new computer, but I used to have the stats for the 61. Yeah, I didn't bring them over it's on the old laptop.
Did you ever get that Bring Your Best that league I keep telling you about?
On this laptop, no, I don't have it. You'll have to send it to me again.
Oh yeah, dude, I have because that is like, oh my god. Yeah, now you said now if Mark could move ball stats in there. Oh, I know. Wouldn't that be great, Clinton? I just got a letter from my local Sabre chapter, and they're like, "Hey, give us some suggestions because we're trying to do session." So it's the Mathewson Plank chapter here in Pennsylvania,
and I'm like, games set up here in Beatles,
and I'm like, why don't we, why don't we get people engaged? Sabre members more engaged in baseball simulations, and I just, come on, let's talk about it. So hopefully we get that going and get more people in Sabre into this, and not just reading, but actually taking that reading and applying that knowledge to these games. Yeah, it would be a perfect game, Clinton. I agree, man. I totally agree.
I got two teams already put in here for the post 61 bats, the Yankees and the Braves.
Dude, that's going to take you a while to do this one, though. That's like, isn't that 30 or 35 per roster? Is it 30?
31.
31. Okay.
31. Yeah. As you can see, some of the pictures I still need to get in. I don't have their as you can see, I don't have their notes in yet. I just literally imported the players.
A guy who has a good.
And this time I didn't screw up, Beatles. I got the freaking splits. That I didn't understand why he had.
You pulled those from Baseball Reference?
No, I pulled them from his libraries. And when I set up this library, when I set up I'll take it back and show you what I did.
Sleep well.
No, you had to. You have a good one. In here, library options.
Right.
And you go to show. You got to show these advanced options. Underneath miscellaneous, you have to make sure it says enable individual splits.
Oh,
so when I set this league up, that was on false. Why it was defaulted to false, I don't know, because you can't see it. And why would you import? Because when you import it, it asks, do you want splits? And I'll click yes. I don't know if you've done it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I can go there and show you. You go to this. I won't actually import it, but you go to import and go to a library. It's going to take forever now, which it shouldn't. Import. report attributes from the library. There we go. So you pick the library, go to 61. You pick the team, Baltimore. Then you can pick a player.
Right.
Then you can pick whatever team you want to put him on. And then when you hit import here, it'll ask you. I'm not going to do it.
Right.
It'll import. It asks you, do you want to use splits? And you click yes. Well, why would it ask you if it's set up not to do it?
For false, yeah. So that's why I think his coding, and no offense if Mark watches these, which, come on, he's got to. No offense. I just think that's why the coding isn't tight. Because, again, I still don't understand why this game requires 16 gigabytes of RAM. There's just...
Eight.
Or 8. Yeah. Well, it requires it, but I mean, the recommended is 16. It's like, and I just think the coding's not tight. But all that being said, what a great baseball game this is. And if Out of the Park baseball didn't exist, this would probably be my favorite.
This is my only issue with it.
Now, you know what? Imagine if Action PC added a dice roll type thing.
These reports, I cannot.
You don't like the reports?
Nope, because I can't do one thing that I was big on. And here I'll bring up version 11 and show you what I liked. And then I'll go back here and you try to help me and see if I'm just too dumb to figure it out.
You're not dumb, dude.
But I'm just saying.
You're like the guru of this game.
But here's version 11.
Right. I'm gonna maximize the screen. I think it's just you and me here now. So, okay.
So here's version 11, and this is what I liked. Oh, that's right. I don't have any libraries in here.
Yeah, but can't you import them from the other, from 12 back to 11?
No, you can go the other way, but you can't go up.
Okay. Well, you poor library here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll bring in this. And then I'm going to have to go in. I've never played version 11 on this, so all the settings ain't right or nothing.
Right.
But... excuse me, where's the interface at? Make it 55 and true so we can actually see this.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what I liked. Reports.
Right.
You had this team reports.
That looks nice too, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you go to team reports, you click on the team you wanted to see. I'll pick the Braves. What is Atlanta? And then this is the big one I use in cards and dice is the transaction. So when I'm in a series, I know whose card to get rid of and whose card to bring up. So I got the same players as the game, and I'm not fumbling around trying to bring in a player that isn't in the game, right? So you go to transactions, and it shows you just this
that's
transactions.
Nice. That is nice.
Okay. Remember how easy that was to do.
Super easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now we go to version 12. And this is my complaint. How can I do that? Because I can't. And I'm not using the word lightly. I can't do exactly what I showed you there. This is the only way I found to do this. And it's not very user friendly. But I'll go to reports.
Okay.
Of course, I got to go to the 78th season because there is no transactions and bats.
Right.
Okay, so I go to reports. You got this newfangled, and it's nice because you can set reports up the way you want them and all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you got standings. And here, I'll show you. Anywhere where it says standings at. Over here where you see organization, if you see something that says standings, let me know. Here's one that says standings. If you go to show and view, it gives you all the options that's in there for that standings report. So you got standard, wild card, win-loss grid.
Right.
Okay? That's the 3 things you can change it to. Right now it has it, and number 4 is the win-loss grid. Okay?
Right.
But there's nothing that says transactions in there, correct?
I don't see anything that says transactions.
So that's one thing. That's standings.
Why would he take that out? Isn't that weird?
It's still it's not.
Or I mean, why would he make it harder? I guess is why would he do that? That's like especially if he's targeting people, because a lot of cards and dice players play as played and stay true to transactions. Why would you make that harder?
And the only other two it could be under, in my opinion, would be roster or organization, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I would try. What about what happens if you hit rosters?
Okay, I'll show you when it says roster, because it'll be the same. So down here's team roster, and it says show or hide.
Right.
Okay, and then you go down here and it shows you, it says all, right?
Yeah.
And it says favorite and free agents. That means your favorite teams. You know how you go in there and click and make your favorite team? It'll show you the roster for your favorite teams, and it'll show you the rosters for anybody that's not assigned free agents. That's it. There's no transaction, correct?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And now organization. Maybe it's under organization, I thought.
That's what I would think too.
Right. That's where I originally thought. I'm just doing this up. So you got player of the game for the batter, player of the game for the pitcher, draft, lineups, and schedules. I don't see no transactions. Do you?
What about under schedules where it says organization reports? Is that just schedules, or is that where it
right?
is?
I got it set up. So if I actually view this, it shows you the schedules for.
But it doesn't give you transactions.
Right. So the only way to look up transactions, here's the only way, is underneath transaction editor, and look what it brings up. And there's no way to do what I want and sort it by team. There's nothing up here that says sort by team. You have to sort. So I go to, and it's got it in reverse order. You follow me?
So you would almost have to keep version 11 installed just for those transactions, right?
Well, I'm still doing it. I'm doing it this way.
Okay.
Okay. Always make it. Well, let's do all. Hell with it. Go back here. I'll just click on all. Show all the transactions. It makes it one big page. Now it's not going to let me. But this is how I got. And now it's at the damn. We'll change it by date up here.
Right.
We'll make it all of them. Instead of 100, we'll make them all. Then we'll go back up to the top, and I'll sort it. It's because by date. See, so on this first transaction was the same. I got to go through here, scroll to the next days, and like, say the Yankees are playing. Get who the Yankees are playing next. Let's just say they're just going to play the
Say they're playing the Orioles.
I got to scroll down here and notice that the Orioles' next transaction is the 16th. So if they're playing the Yankees on the 16th, I have to activate Andrews Moore.
Jeez, man.
Okay. Oh, and up here I didn't even notice it. On the 15th, I got to deactivate Gary Renicky.
That's a lot of work, brother.
I showed you how I could do it. I could click on team, click on Baltimore, click on transactions, and only see Baltimore's transactions.
Wow.
See, the Yankees on the 16th are going to activate Ken Holtzman. So I need to know that for the next game, because that'll be the next games they play will be on the 15th, 16th, and 17th. So that's what I got to do. So that's why I tell you I don't like the reports.
Yeah.
I like it. There's less modifications in version 11.
Right.
But I ain't a modifying type guy. The reports he had were fine for me. I didn't need to make it my own.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, man, you're nothing if not dedicated. Holy moly.
Yeah. But that's how you got to do transactions. I like the old reports when over here, like I said, it had organization, team, and all that stuff.
Right.
I don't like this.
Right.
Because I see no way of just doing a team. And I see no way of getting transactions. Let's go to columns, edit columns. See, that's just for batters and pitchers. Yep, and that's it.
Wow.
I can reset, but that's it.
Jeez, that's crazy.
So you can't do it. But again, a small bitch about something that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's such a great game. It's unbelievable. I mean, that chart editor is so cool, and
Yeah.
it's got a separate editor for Status Pro, which I think is
Yes.
great.
And then, like I say, another great feature, of course, is the go to the players.
And I mean, he's a solo developer, man. You got to give him a lot of love for that.
Oh, heck yeah. That's why even when I'm having major issues, I don't like bitching.
Right.
It's like, let him know. He wants to know. I'm like, for $23, I'm bitching about this? I don't know. I think to myself,
this game
that's
is
what I like.
Yeah, this game is the bargain. And you know, I'm a huge out of the park guy, but this game is it's a bargain. I feel like when I buy this game every year, I'm stealing it from them.
Oh, I know. I
Yeah.
agree. I totally agree. And then to be able to export the cards, you go over here.
Oh man, I love that. That's why I want to get it. That's why I want to get a Status Pro
The
game.
only thing that I think he should explain better is when you click on this, it doesn't bring you the PDF, and most people think since it says PDF that if you click on it, you're going to see it. It sends it to that export folder, and you got to get it from there.
Oh,
that is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if I got any in there because those cards are beautiful looking. Let's see if
yeah,
I got
they are.
any.
Yeah, yeah. It's Mark has done just a fantastic job, and like Clinton mentioned earlier, I mean, like the difference between how this game is now and how it was, say, back in version 7 or 8, it's night and day, brother. Night and day.
Yeah, see, I didn't get it until version 11. I even held off on version 12.
Oh, I know you did. Yeah.
I was waiting on version 10. I didn't want version 10 because version 11 was supposed to come out like within months.
Right.
I do got some Status Pro cards in here.
Yeah, they're beautiful,
I put the Milwaukee cards in here for the. Why isn't that opening up in Adobe? What the hell?
I don't see Adobe on there. That's why.
Me either.
Yeah,
I probably haven't downloaded it.
Yeah, you have to put Reader on there. That's all.
Yeah,
but you can open them in like Chrome and stuff though too.
Yeah, I probably haven't done Adobe since I got this. I'll have to download that.
Yeah. Well, this was fun, man. Thank you for allowing me.
Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing on Out of the Park Go. I'm doing 1934 on Out of the Park Go. I haven't done a season. I'm doing 1922 online with regular Out of the Park.
Didn't you start something in 49 also?
I'm doing that in Baseball for Windows.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's been fun. And because Bernie's doing 1949, I think in PC Replay, so we're going to kind of compare notes. But I'm a lot further ahead, I think, in 1949 than he is. So
yeah, my next thing, like I say, I know you guys was enjoying giving me a blast of crap.
Oh, dude, man, it's all in fun. It's all in fun.
I want to start this, but again, I'm thinking to myself, I got this going on 78. I got this, and red, white, and blue. I haven't played red, white, and blue. Well, here I can show you. Last time I played red, white, and blue, it's probably getting close to 3 months.
I believe it. Because I know that's a big part of your channel, or was a big part of your channel.
Yeah, that was my channel.
Yeah.
Look at all this baseball.
I know. But like you said, it's easier to just turn around and grab two cards. Yeah, and boom.
There it is. It's been 2 months.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's a while, buddy.
Yeah. I know, and I said I wasn't going to do that. Yeah, that's what I said. Didn't pan out because I think I aggravated poor Dave, and that's why he went out and bought it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's like, hell with Dwayne. If he ain't going to play it, I'm going to go buy it and play it.
Right.
Yeah, it is a great game. It's a great game for people that don't even like racing, which amazes me that people say that.
Oh, yeah. Well, you do a really good job with it, man.
Oh, that like I say, if I put it on the table and play it, that becomes my favorite game. If Appa's on the table and I'm playing it, that's my favorite game.
Yeah.
They're right neck and neck. It's whatever game I'm playing at that moment. Now the rest of the games are behind them too, but I forgot how much I loved Appa until I started playing this again with this digital diamond.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, that's right. This game was a blast.
Oh yeah,
It was a blast.
So how far are you? You're not done with the 1908 World Series yet, right?
I'm on, I think, game number 3.
Game 3. Okay, so I got time to make a 1909 one then.
Yep. Yeah, I've got 2 games. Detroit's up 2-0.
Wow.
I haven't done that in 2 weeks, so I'll do that some this week. I might even get that done this week, especially if Detroit sweeps them the way they've been playing. They've been out hitting the Cubbies, believe it or not. Here, let's bring it up.
All right. Hey, if you got the time, I'm fine. I don't work. I don't come back to work till Tuesday, so.
Yeah, let's bring it up.
One thing that's weird I've noticed, and I have a good laptop, but that Out of the Park Go actually runs more smoothly than Out of the Park. I don't understand
what I had problems with this again, and that's the font. This font was so small.
Oh, really?
I remember how every time it has something to do with miscellaneous in here. What did I have to change to? I had to change something in here. First, I went to interface.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Oh, maximum font size. And that's this is what messes you up right here. That little asterisk. And if you don't read this option will not take effect until you quit and restart the game.
Right.
So I keep thinking it ain't working. You know?
Right.
Yep.
I just this game is fantastic too.
Yes, it is.
Oh my
Troy
God.
Carter's loving it. I'm glad because I really sold him hard on it. And when he first got it, he wasn't loving it because he couldn't even set it up the way he wanted. I'm like, I'll come over and help you because it has too many options. And
yeah,
I know everybody says Action PC does too.
No, this blows it out of the water.
But most of the options for Action PC that you want are pretty easy to get to.
Yeah.
The manager stuff and things like we're dealing with that Field of Dreams are hidden, but most people don't do that because.
But this is deeper though. This has
exactly
because you can because who alerted me to that and I was helping him out with was Carlos Yaz because he's like, well, but like what in Action PC, what if I want to set a player's tendency to steal to hire? You can't do that in Action PC, but in here you can. And the thing that I keep going on about and it'll work with past seasons is that new player development model that they have where you can send a player off in the off season to work on his hitting or whatever. Dude, that's huge. And people are like sleeping on that. And I'm like, don't sleep on that. It's really cool.
Look at those Tigers bats.
Oh, they're tough, man. Jeez.
Roseman batting 571 and Schaefer batting 500. Cobb and Crawford batting 375, and then it drops to 250. But then look over here, and the Cubbies, who normally are doing that, ain't hitting worth a shit, and that's why they're down 2 games to nothing.
Yeah, Johnny Kling's the only one kind of doing anything. He's 4 for 7.
And the Tigers ain't blowing them out.
No.
3-1 and 4-2. So if they had some hits, they probably could be winning. But man, the Tigers, they're just blowing them up.
I love this project. I love this project that you're doing, man.
And Orville and Ed, not bad. 3 and a 4.5 ERA in one game. You know, it's not like they're crushing them. But look at that. Summers with a shutout, and Bill with 1 run. I mean, crazy.
You still go there for the Cubbies, though, right? So the Cubbies are striking out more batters. Look at Robach; he's got 6 so far, and overall has 5. But the Tigers, man, But it's really funny to see Cobb and Crawford. They're doing well, but
because they didn't do well at all.
To see Rossman and Schaefer like out hitting them in the series.
Well, look at compared to. I want to go to start. Yeah, compared to 1907, Cobb, I think batted under 200.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do nothing in the '07 series. But he's doing well this series. Let's see. Where's old combat? Oh, they're over on this side this time. 143. I didn't think he batted over 200. 3 for 21.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I say, big difference. Now he's batting 375. Claude, he batted 471. So that's 2 years in a row. He's had 2 good World Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward.
Smith ain't even playing in the 08 World Series.
Oh, yeah. See that. I'm curious to see what Cobb does in the 1909, because in the real 1909 series, I mean, Wagner outclassed him like big time. There wasn't even.
Did he?
Wasn't even a contest.
Yeah, like I say, I'm surprised how well he did here in this one. Because I expected the Cubbies to blast him again, because it's practically the same 2 teams.
Right.
Ain't much difference.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, dude, thanks a lot, man. This was a lot of fun.
Oh, you're welcome, bud.
All right, man. Let's do it again sometime.
All righty. You have a good one.
All right. You too, Dwayne.
All right. I want to thank Mr. Beatles for stopping by. Clinton Parks. And y'all have a nice evening. Until next time, y'all take care.